When optimizing a model, you want to only have the geometry where you need it and have localized detail. And sometimes that means that you need to reduce geometry in other areas where it's not needed. And I've found a good tool for this is using 4-point triangles. Now that's just a term that I've used, but it's really a 4-point polygon, but it's in the shape of a triangle. And one example that I can show on this head is right here. This is in the shape of a triangle right here, but this extra point right here makes it a 4-point triangle. Okay, so what I thought we could do is take a look at creating 4-point triangles to help reduce geometry. Now in this head, we need we need a fair amount of detail in the face, but back here we're not really needing this much detail to create this shape for the head. So what I can do is come over here and grab these 3 points and weld them together. And I'm just going to get rid of, I'm slowly getting rid of lots of geometry here. Okay, knowing that this is a subpatch object, I'm not really getting rid of 2 polygons, I'm really getting rid of 18 polygons. I'm getting rid of 18 polygons for every pair that I get rid of. And let's say we're going to stop it there. Now, by welding those together, I created some 2-point polys, not a problem. W for statistics, move over to polygons, select the 2-point polys, delete, and we're good to go. Now, I've got triangles. I don't like working with triangles on my subpatch meshes, but we're just going to convert these 2 tris by merging, and what we've created is a 4-point triangle. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing back here, Shift Z to merge. So what I've done is gone from 4 polygons to 3 to 2. Okay, so I was able to remove, by using this 4-point tri, I was able to remove 2 rows, two complete rows, and then all the way back here, and then I went ahead and had it pick back up because I need more geometry down in here. But for the back of the head, I'm able to get, and actually I would have to tweak these points to kind of smooth this out because there's more points holding it into shape. So by reducing it, it actually made it easier to get a nice smooth curve. Okay, so that's just a quick example of working with a 4-point tri. And it should give you some ideas of how you can go from lots of geometry to little bit of geometry. I'll show one more example. I'm just going to draw a box that has 2 segments, and a flat plane that has 2 segments, and one that has 1. Okay. Now, probably the most obvious thing to do would be to select these 4 polygons, hit P, and then select these and hit P, and now I've got, I've been able to go from, let me raise it up just so we're not seeing our axis there. If we can see, we got 2 to 1. Okay, so we were able to reduce down from 2 rows down to 1 row. But then we introduced this triangle, and it's really not necessary. I'm going to undo. Let me raise this up just so that we're not seeing the black line cutting through. Okay, so let's do the same thing. We'll create the 4 points to make a polygon. Instead of making this a triangle, I'm just going to select this and weld it together. So now we've got all quads, okay, all 4-point polys. So it's just another way of working. It allows me to reduce down from 2 rows to 1. Very similar to what I was doing here. Okay, just wanting to reduce the geometry and taking advantage of this 4-point tri, or it's just a quad in the shape, a 4-point polygon in the shape of a triangle, and it allows us to reduce down from 4 to 2. Okay, so we're going from 4 polys to 2 polys. We have the transition point, which is 3, but it's just one transition point, and then we're good to go. And it's a good way of reducing geometry in areas that you don't need it.